What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, 7 months ago, I made my first Doki Doki video. And then, for 6 months ago, I made my last, and it was a 3-minute disappointment for the entire channel. By that I mean me, because I think I'm the only one that cared that I put these videos on the channel. And I think I've waited long enough to put it onto the channel, because I have forgotten a lot of the story, and I said I'd only get back into this game if I had forgotten the plot, because I like my natural reactions. I intend to upload this at the start of Halloween, so the first bit of October, so the first 4 or 5 days of October's week of videos are gonna be this. So, okay, we want to put in a name. I think I'm just gonna go with what I went with last time. Yeah, it works. Cool. And I remembered one of the things that made me feel awkward about this. Hey! I hate myself. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but just kinda works out because you've known each other for so long. I would not know that. I am completely alone. Damn. Anyway, we used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. If she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running anyway, away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I forgot how stupid the start of this game is. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say it like you're thinking about ignoring me. It's me, Cameron. This game starts off so fucking weird, and it gets so crazy around the midway point. Well, people stereotyping weird thing on them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you just wait for me after all. I guess you don't have in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. I'm not doing that. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Cameron, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's gone on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, and I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average or spending my free time on games and not anime. I don't watch anime. I'll have to get into that. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Bah, college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a... what the fuck's it needs? In a few years, because you're not used to the real word. What the fuck is a neat? Hold on. I might have looked this up before, but I forgot what the fuck a NEET is. Not in employment, education, or training. Can you have just said you're worried I'd be an unemployed loser? I mean, this sounds like what a NEET is. You trust me, right? That make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Or you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease things at least a little bit, even though she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. I love this game so much. I love reading this out loud. I kinda have to, because otherwise this would be a very boring video. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Damn, me and the character in this game the same, man. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Don't go to no anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. But I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. No, I'm not doing that sound. Damn it. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. And Cam's Got Gams is wanting to shoot his brains out right now. Back to Tommy with the weather. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. That's an interesting way of saying I thought she was too dumb for books. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it'd be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And that Suki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. Can't tell if Sarah was really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I like to think that she's secretly really smart, but acts like an idiot because idiots tend to be underestimated. Oh no, I've been playing the long game. I've been completely lazy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm probably just dumb. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. Yeah, let's go. And first, today marks the day I sold myself a cupcake. This game is so fucking weird at the start. I can't wait for it to start getting scary. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I'm not doing voices. This is all you're getting. A slight couple pitches higher of enthusiasm. I told you, don't call me a new member. Huh? I glance around the room. Oh! I almost forgot about you, Yuri. How you doing, girl? How you doing, huh? It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Does she? I'd love to say nice things about you, girl. Seriously, boy, boy? Aw, I don't remember liking her much. Way to kill the atmosphere. Aha, Cameron, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. No, that's weird. See how Yuri and Natsuki kind of turns to a side where their heads are. And then you've got Monica just staring into the screen. That's creepy, Mon. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Yes, and I've got my eye on two specific things. Huh. Monica and Yuri share something. Long hair. What? I wasn't what? What are you looking at? Nothing. If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. You have the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Mostly because I refuse to I forgot the word. Associate myself with a bitch. Her small figure makes her look like a first year student. Who's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear and turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. I like that. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. Sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. Yeah. Sup, Monica? It's great to see you again, Cameron. Monica smiles sweetly. See, that's one that looks more like the others. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica? I wouldn't stutter. I'd be completely silent. I'm creepy weird like that. Come sit down, Cameron. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Woo, cupcakes! Hey, I made them, I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little excited. And how about I make some tea as well? Ooh, a tea party. This is getting better and better. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room. Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the door. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Nope, I'm not making that sound! Fuck you, game. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. You know, I actually looked that up on the Google when I read this bit in the game. The cupcakes look nice, as someone made them. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I hate myself. I had no idea you were good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know, Sorry and take one. Sorry grabs one first, then Monica, I follow. This is a weird segment. It's delicious. Siri talks about mouthfuls or I managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. Hey, girl. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. She waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. Icing is sweet for favor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. But why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? What? Where would I have had this before? Made them for you or anything? Well, you technically did, Sayori says. Well, maybe. Not for, you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us, playing the teapot next to the cupcake tray. I think I'm really gonna like Yuri again. There's so many nice qualities about her. I've got two in mind. how mature and smart she is. Get your mind out of the gutters, guys. Breasts. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't the hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. You don't have to stand to my eyes. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seems really happy here. So, that's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand off the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Uh-huh. Yuri also nods in agreement. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. Yep. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. That makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know that. What's my life come to? Everyone enthusiastically agrees. And you could have just said that instead of making me read out loud what these people say. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Cameron, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Oof, yeah, same. I need to get back into books. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Suki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? Spoke about thing after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Yeah, that's all I looked at. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. No, don't joke. No bad joke. Bad Cameron. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Yeah. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Yes? Foreshadowing. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Yeah? I read a horror book once. I desperately grabbed something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, you might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. Someone as gentle as you. Guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Yep. I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes dive over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, usually. Oh, that's embarrassing. What? Gives you that idea? Like you're working on a poem called... Let's say that well. Give that back. Fine. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Jesus Christ, this poor woman. I'm actually feeling a bit bad for Natsuki this time around. So he slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulder. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems. Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. Truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Fuck that noise. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Ugh, damn. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. I wish I could sit in silence and let voice actors be in this. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. I'd love that. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. I remember feeling this weird when I was reading initially, but I'm pretty sure it goes away after the first couple hours. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. I love that idea. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Cameron? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. There? What's that? Now we're back to the original topic of me joining the club. I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sarah may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. It's because there's 8 pairs of reasons to stay. 6, Natsuki's a bit flat. Or focus, step back at me with dejected eyes. No, I don't want to disappoint the hot ladies. But I'm sorry, I thought. No, don't make me feel bad. Stop making me feel this way. You all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. I love this main character I'm playing as. He has his priorities straight, honestly. Right. Okay, I've decided then I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yay! I'm joining the club with the hot chicks with books. Yes, I'm so happy. She hugs me. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. You really just came for the cupcakes. I would be super pissed. That makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Cameron, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. I really impressed the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills. I already feel the anxieties welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Cameron, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sarah and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. I'm remembering I read a lot of this the exact same fucking way. This must be the weirdest Groundhog Day deja vu right now for anyone that remembers this from last time. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri. Oh, I'm getting a crush on a video game character. I'm fucked in life. And of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in literature club? If Yuri's there, yes! Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow close to one of these girls, like Yuri. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. As long as good fortune's name is Yuri. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Yay! Yes! No! Why did that? Why did she like that? Inferno, yeah, I'm remembering stuff. I think she liked Melody? No, okay, Entropy? Yeah, I remember Entropy. Covet? Tears. No, why? Damn it. Insight, there we go. Judgment, determination, tenacious. Tenacious D. Effulgent. Secretive. Horror. Secretive. Infallible. Yeah. Suicide. Death. Agonizing. Ambient. Wonderful. Disoriented. Boop. Daydream. Misfortune. Misfortune. Damn it! Amazing. No, I want to impress Yuri. Vivacious. I remember vivacious. Melancholy. Melancholy. One of those words. Vitality. I remember vitality. Philosophy. Intellectual. Yeah. Okay. Unrestrained. Oh, passion? Do you reckon that was Yuri-centered? That better have been Yuri-centered. Hi again, Cameron. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Cameron. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. So already told me you don't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out, or what. If you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth, someone who keeps their manga collection in the club room. Well, that's just mean. Natsuki finds us stuck between saying Monica and manga. Well, that's embarrassing. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Cameron always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. Oh. No one in this class would like real me. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, it's because your room is so messy it's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once. So. You are really good friends, aren't you? We're acquaintances. I might be a little jealous. Yes, a little jealous. And we only want to be a little, because there's such a thing as too jealous. How come? You and Cameron can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? But wait, Sayori, me? Not really. be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sorry, made it sound like a big deal, and it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess it's up to me to rescue the situation. Don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so a nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It will make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How's this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. In real life, we've been like, nah, thanks. Internally, I'd be thinking, I'm not fucking reading this. Well, you can read at your own pace. I will. I won't. I look forward to hearing what you think. I never think. It's my one weakness. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I'd feel bad for distracting her from reading. Catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. Well, the soundtrack has pianos. Crap, I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But it only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I might have sensing I made her feel uncomfortable. No, it's fine. If I was focusing, I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, just happened to buy two of them. She bought two to impress. I see. Something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? It's about anyway. Well, Yuri closes the book and scans eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Someone is looking at eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I'm going to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about I don't care about any of this. It's kind of dark, isn't it? I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Huh. Horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonists, they made out to be the naive ones playing their one-sided morals in fear of the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? No, I've been skipping over you completely. This is more talking at me, not again. I'm sorry. I don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. Things like books and writing for my thoughts. I forget to pay attention to other people. I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Please tell me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. It just means you're passionate about reading. Least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. My mouth's going dry. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? I hated that laugh. So, just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? Slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? Seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I didn't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... I love when the eyes disappear and just turn into reddened lines. Here, this should work, right? Slide my desk and I was up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy as we each lean a little bit close. Our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, yeah! Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. This game's awesome. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides under her thumb after it flips to her side. And holding it like this, held even closer together than before, it's actually kind of distracting me. For two reasons. Her hairband and her red bow. So I'm starting to run out of excuses. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face. She's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Yeah? Just turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. It's over at Yuri's face again. Now eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. It's okay. I was used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. Oh, man. Continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it float over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. This is the weirdest thing I've ever done on the channel. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. Second guesses all of the things that she says and does. She's afraid you'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. And we're back outside that awesome perspective. Oh, I need a drink. Yuri remained silent for a moment. But Cameron, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. So embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that's kind of cute. Haha, what are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. It's about time we share these poems with each other. Yes, poems, I love this. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases a hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, so I'll do some more reading tonight. Would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. Be fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? It's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright? I need to get alive. I stand up, make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Yeah, that checks out. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Yeah, this hurts, everything. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share this with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Woo! Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Oh, it's this bit. Okay, we're gonna show Yuri first, because I'm interested in her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. Hey girl! As Yuri reads the poem, and as her eyes lighten. Exceptional! Yeah! Well, what was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? That's... I guess... you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Wattpad. I mean, I don't go on Wattpad, I'm not a nerd. I've mentioned it on the channel before, haven't I? Yep, anyway, your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Nah, I'm just a really good first timer. I guess I'm awesome. Really? Wow, it's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? He stares me blankly and looks at my poems again. Well, I know that. I just meant... Yu trails off, unable to find an excuse. Traces everything along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that specific writing habits are usually typical of new writers. Having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting to work together is getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. My mouth is so dry and I'm stumbling over my fucking words. Happy October. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. Do I have to do that in that order, or... I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's the right opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Yeah. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calms, breathe, thing of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. No, it's better than mine. You just write in cursive. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. That took you a long time to read. I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it really was the script. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not though. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since our first time sharing, I want to share something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Jerry? Nope. Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Cameron. Really? Must have totally missed the point. I suppose you only did glance over it after all. That's mean. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in their last remaining place of comfort, never to let go of the past, soon to be left with nothing. It's a lot more solemn putting it that way. And even for that, it's impressive. Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours is impressive too, so... Nah, I think I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Cameron. God, it's weird reading my own name in this. Me too. Who should I show my poem to next? Ugh. Sayori. This is a good poem, Cameron. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in spare time? I guess you're right. That's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. Just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Cameron. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. It's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm sure Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. And again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. You know, that just means to her and all. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? This will be my way of saying, my way of thanking you. Right, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay. Now, you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Alright. That last line is the most perfect writing in all of literature. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No? Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. Came out nice, how should I put it? Which sounds just like you. In other words, ending a poem with "I want breakfast" is the best thing I've ever read. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. You know, you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I agree with that logic. I get all cranky. I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Yes, I'm enjoying myself. Monica's the best. Yes, praise be Monica. Ah, yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? Natsuki. Cameron, if you're not going to take this club seriously and go home. Fucking what? Hush. Well, you expect me to believe they actually put effort into this? Obviously. You think I'm stupid? Kinda. I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. You all start somewhere, right? So proud of the first poem you ever wrote, and I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Well, that's just mean, you bitch. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you probably think it's stupid. Hope so. Yeah. People can try, but that's about it. This is much more simplistic than Sayori's. I love that. Yeah. I told you you weren't gonna like it. Yeah, this was amazing to read. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because in high school things that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. Like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Monkeys can climb, hit me right in the feels, man. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did, I guess, more way into it than I realized. So it means to be a pro. Yep, you're definitely a pro. Eagles can fly. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I'd side humor with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is. But if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Yeah, let's show Monica. Hi, Cameron. Hey, Monica, staring into my soul. Having a good time so far? Amazing, I love it here. Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. You're always listening. She's always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Horror game? She says she's always listening. You're not trusting that. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, wanna share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ah ha ha ha. Don't worry, Cameron. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? I would never have been able to tell from you. That's that sort of barrier that will all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Cameron. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. Why are you? Ooh. It's really metaphorical. Yeah, I guess I'm what you would say a really good writer. Not to brag, but I'm awesome. I just bragged. I am awesome. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. I was about to say, it's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. I guess it worked anyway. You know what Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Oh, I never would have guessed. I mean, I was just writing what I felt. That being that I felt like I really want to feel Yuri's writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Yeah, I'm awesome at writing. Let's get next. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. And 55 minutes in. It's very challenging to write like that, effectively, but allowing people to get something out of it just by feeling or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but they'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way that everyone else wants you to write. It's like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound very confident, someone claims to not be very good. That's because I have to sound confident, as me always. Skip, just to the poem. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? No, his neighbor. Boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retina's a scorch of a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. Wasn't too bright. It's too deep. Stretching further into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. Poems and the time between words and lines, poems out loud, can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I don't know, to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Yeah, here's Marcus writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, bring a super specific on a specific point. Try so hard to make it perfect and you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy up later. Another way to think about it is this. Keep your pen in the same spot long and just get things, so just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yeah. I'm afraid I'm gonna just save. I can't save on the others auto-save. Okay, so I'm gonna end the video here. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.